Hello, everyone. It's the Doc, and we'll be talking about stuff. Lots of stuff. Hence, we go into a new mode of thought, a new understanding that's beneficial to the understanding that we were not aware of precisely. A modular wraparound that uses further wraparounds to reconstruct mod 3 cycling as a infinite segment system string could be used for more, not just modular but lexicographical L systems. But we're moving past L systems into a rural space, and it is not acquired to be the same taste as hypergraphs or hypervectors or eigenvalues that you can find for atomic statistics in quantum physics concerning the qubit and the Bloch sphere, that the qubit spins up and down and in superposition, but the superposition is just inherently multiple solutions for the same thing. But in a three-dimensional space, because they don't really talk about that, it's purely three-dimensional that gets hit into a one-dimensional fold. But it's all just probability distribution management of a system that is far too linear to be understood fully. That's why we're leveling up. Level up. Increase stats. Go on potions, heal. Don't attack. Because you're not actually attacking. You're in a space. Holographic 0. Holographic 1. Holographic 2. Input. That's what it is. It's cool. Not too bad. Not too surprising. What is on your mind at the moment? Are you feeling good? Because now we essentially have a more understood fractional lens for sub-bit binary. How does it work? Well, it's just uses of 1s and 3s. They get more complex. The 3s can turn into 6s and 9s. And it's just the frequency equivalent to the universe. 1, 3, 6, 9. Essentially, it's connected to fractions and how they work. You have 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. The 3/3 equals the 1, right? But you forgot about 0/3. That's also equivalent in a different sense. Because it always starts with 0, right? So by the time it hits 1 again, it goes through 4 paths. Yeah. And then after that, after 3/3 is 4/3. And that's when it has that effect. But what I'm talking about is probably even lesser than usual negative territory into negative lensing that is multi-represented in a graph. But computers don't process information through a strict line or advancement, it sees it to a field. So, at the same time, you're a negative and positive territory together. Not territory, I wouldn't say. But I'm the Doctor. Let's go on an adventure through the TARDIS. Working on the console room table. Plugging in the new binary system. New Netgear 3000. Input. System Actualizar 505. Gears rising, gears falling. Gears rising, gears falling. Rise, oscillator, freedom, new glyph creator. We're going to the year 2012 to see how the world ended and how to stop the Illuminati. Well, the Illuminati, people forgot about it. I don't know why people forgot about the Illuminati. They forgot about how they were working against the world as secret societies. But you didn't realize they're not the Masonic lodges, they're not the Masonic temples. But they are in a different way, but not in the way that you think it is. Because all I do know is that the Illuminati is not a conspicuous, conspiring, elementary disaster head. But Livingston, Ininus, off-put in at the perspective of the it Therosaurus Context Codex 10415. The script note says, we oscillate through freedom values, constantly finding but lessening its grip, losing sense of self, becoming autonomous, but then finding how the autonomous system works. It's just the patterns in the making. And you're still stuck in lower bounds. That's why you vibrate the frequency higher, but not in a higher sense that you already know what higher is. Vibrating higher is not moving forward in a normal sense, but you also vibrate lower. It's always about vibrating lower and higher, working with the elementary chakras in the body that are very related to Gnostic teaching, but we don't focus on esoteric or Gnostic teaching. We don't keep it religious. I'm already far too spectral in this situation. So because we have all this knowledge, it's best to keep ourselves impractical, disprove almost everything that we ever created, get more people relentlessly not saying that I'm wrong, but to figure out how it actually functions, coalesces in such a system that is unheard of. And then we have 40 to 100 different structure heads that we can implement through vast structures. We'll soon have a TAS, Tool Assisted Speedrunning model. That's not even TAS anymore. It's totally different. Based on the elements, a TAS is just a computer, a bot running. You could have totally different bots with different meanings that are not just TAS, not just used for tool-assisted speedruns, but for analyzing. You could have names like GAST, HAO, AKR to navigate through the system head and find the patterns. It's all about the patterns. Working through perms, palindromes, and systems to find what's next and not fluidly found. Indeed, I might add. Indeed, I dad. Indeed, I do, dad. Dee-da-da-da. Zibba-da. What is some chaotic talk. But sooner or later, I'll realize what the talk actually means. I didn't say my name. I said something else. New name, Xerxes.